What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukushu. We are back with another Musume video. This video, we are going to be going over the new summer banner that was released last night, and it is consisted of Satono Crown and Cheval Grand as the Umas, and then I believe Wind Variation and Dormente for the support cards. But for the most part, the usual, I'll just go over, for the most part, the Umas, take a quick look at the support cards, and then we'll take a quick look at the event missions and all that. Pretty much just the event missions. Take a look at the event card, and Master Challenge races are back, but that has nothing to do with this video. So, with that being said, guys, after all that, we're going to go over the comments. But with that being said, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There is a channel called Circle Request for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request to join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or the Circle Request channel on the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, here we are with the new summer banner. First one we're going to take a look at is Satono Crown. At level 1, 3-star, 95 speed, 98 stamina, 94 power, 84 guts, and 79 wise. At level 5, 5-star, 117 speed, 120 stamina, 115 power, 102 guts, and 96 wise. Going over her aptitude, she has an A in turf. Best is medium distance, but you can use her for mile and long distance if you put in the inheritance. As for her position, between her best position, but you can use her as a leader or a chaser. So there would be B and D. For the growth rate, we have 10% on stamina, 6% on power, and 14% on guts. And with that, we are now gonna go over the skills, starting off with the unique skills, Summer Lightning Cascade. What it does is, if you overtake someone at the beginning of the middle stage of a race, you will be ahead for a short time. In a middle distance race, you will be ahead for a short time. Okay. Going over now the innate skills, we have Tooth and Nail for leader betweener. If you try to overtake someone in the second half of the race, your speed will slightly increase. For the second one, we have taken advantage of the gap, which is a new one over here. It's for betweener and overtaking the corners later in the race and move slightly ahead. And then we have preliminary preparation for betweeners. If you're not in the front at a random point during the first half of the middle leg, your speed will slightly increase. Now going over the awakening skills, we have ignition at level 3. For medium distance, if you've activated at least 13 skills in the race, you will get a slight speed boost. At level 3, we have hot pursuit for leader betweener. If you try to overtake someone in the second half of the race, your speed will increase. Level 4, medium distance straights, slightly increase the speed on these straights. And the level 5 one's a new one, and it is a momentary chance of victory, overtaking the corners later in the race to get ahead. So that would be the gold version of that new one, I believe, in the innate skills. Now going over the evolved skills, starting off with hot pursuit, going into sparkling illusion, And when you're trying to overtake in the latter half of a race, you will be ahead for a while. For betweener medium distance. And the conditions: get at least 3 skills for betweener aptitude or have at least 800 power for the first condition. Second condition, have at least 600 guts. And then the second evolve skill from a momentary chance of victory, which is this one. And it goes into last trick of the waves for between or medium distance. And if you overtake in the corners in the latter half of the race, you will move forward a lot. For the conditions, condition 1, trigger the layering and weaving training event or get at least 3 speed type skills. And condition 2, win at any G1 race 4 times or get at least 2 skills for medium aptitude. And that is pretty much it for Satono Crown. I'm assuming her unique because it was a weird I'm assuming if it's in a middle distance race, I know I said short time, but I have a feeling it probably is a little bit longer in medium distance races. That's what I'm assuming. Now going over Cheval Grand. At level 1, 3-star, 79 speed, 107 stamina, 76 power, 97 guts, and 91 wise. At level 5, 5-star, 96 speed, 131 stamina, 93 power, 119 guts, and 111 wise. Her aptitudes: turf, medium, long distance, and leader. But if you want, I guess, between her, but leader. And for her growth rate, 10% on stamina and 20% on guts. Now going over her unique or her skills, starting off with the unique skills or unique skill. And it is long distance. If you are in the middle of the race, increase your speed a little for a long time to recover your stamina. If the race is less than 3,000 meters, increase your speed for a long time without recovering your stamina. So that basically covers most races. Most races. Because I believe the highest I seen was 30, from what I remember, 3,200. Yeah, that's still the longest one I remember, at least. I don't know if there's any longer than that, but... Well, it seems like... Well, it only activates on long distance, which is... kind of weird. If it's going to say if the race is less than 3,000. But I guess if it's more than 3,000, then you don't get the added effect. Which kind of is weird, but it is what it is. It is what it is, I guess. Now going over the innate skills, we have steady effort for leader long distance. If you're in the first half of the pack at a random point during the middle leg, your speed will slightly increase. Level 2, or not level 2, what am I talking about? Is innate skills. Forward victory is the second one. For leaders, if you're in the final half of the pack at a random point in the middle leg, your speed will marginally increase. And for the third one, we have a courageous step. There's a new skill. What it does is slightly increases acceleration in the final straight. Okay. Now the awakening skills, we have at level 2, luminance for medium long distance. If you're in the first half of the pack at a random point during the first half of the final leg, you will get a slight speed boost. Level 3, Sended Flying for leaders. If you're in the first half of the pack at a random point in the middle leg, your speed will slightly increase. Level 4, once again, is a new skill with all your might. And what it does is if you have enough energy left towards the end of the race, move slightly ahead. And at level 5, we have Showdown. And what it does is for leaders, increase acceleration in the final straight. Okay, so that's the gold version of, what is it called? The courageous step. Now going over the evolve skills, we're gonna start with Send It Flying for leader long distance, and it turns into Marine Blue Liner. And what it does is speed increases for a short period in the middle of the race for leader long distance. The conditions: condition 1, win at least 2 long races or get at least 2 skills for long aptitude. Condition 2, have at least 600 guts. That's it for that one. For the second one is showdown into because I'm not the usual me for leader long distance. And in the final straight, the acceleration power increases dramatically and the Uma moves slightly ahead. For the conditions, have the fast learner status effect at the end of training, or get at least 2 skills for leader aptitude, and second condition, have at least 600 stamina. And that's pretty much it for the 2 characters. If it wasn't obvious, one is obviously built for medium distance, Satono Crown. One was obviously built for long distance, Cheval Grand. So Tidebreaker still confuses me. For a long distance unique skill, you would just assume that it would just work for all long distance. But since it pretty much, you get the added effect, if it's less than 3,000 meters, this probably would have been more, in my opinion, better if it was at least, if they wanted to have that long, instead of long distance, probably leader at least. But it is, I guess it is what it is. It's just kind of weird to me that they would say if it's less than 3,000, which basically adds up to all the other races, leaving probably a like few races above. So it's still weird to me. As for Satono Crowns, you just get pretty much an added boost for medium distance races. So I guess you could say two niche Umas, which, speaking about niche, believe the wind variation is a long distance. Let me take a look at it. Yeah, it's basically a long distance wise card from what it seems like, looking at the skills. Most of the skills are long distance. There's a taster long, so I would assume the gold skill. Let me take a look at the gold skill real quick, actually. Gotta go to here. What is the gold skill? Long distance. I think it's just long distance thing. Yeah, I think it's just long distance. So yeah, basically long distance wise card, and then for the Duramente one is a stamina card. A chaser stamina, from what it seems like. Yeah, chaser straight, chaser corners. Another couple chaser skills. So yeah, a chaser stamina card chaser stamina card with a long distance wise card, which is once again pretty niche, and it is what it is. Won't be pulling. The half anniversary is coming up in like 3 weeks, I'd say. In like 3 weeks. So for now, we're just gonna go take a look at the event missions and the Vivlos card. And after that, that would be pretty much it for the video. So, oh, for the main part of the video before I go into the comments. But let's take a look at the event missions real quick before we jump into, well, I guess we could just take a look at the Vivlos card. How far do we go? Oh, wait, really, how far? I forgot it was at 400k. Global was like at 290 or 300. That's what I was like, huh? For an event card, it is a power card, Vivlos power card, and it's just a betweener mile. That's all I can say. But for the event mission, let me get that up. And I'm just gonna say the total. So what I usually do instead of going one by one, because that will be redundant. So complete 12 trainings. Win 60 races in training. Win 40 G1 races. Gain a cumulative fan count of over 2 million through training. Play 40 team arena matches. Gain a cumulative score of 3 million or more in team arena. And finish in the top 3 in the Takarazuka Kinen, Satsuki Show, Japanese Derby, Autumn Fall to No Show, Arima Kinen, Spring Emperor's Cup, and the Japan Cup. And that is pretty much all the races. So you will be able to see it on the schedule. It will have like a little notepad or whatever on it. So those will pretty much be the event races that you need to do. And that is pretty much it for the event. Banners and missions and all that. So, with that being said, we are now going to go jump into the comments. So if you guys want to, feel free and stick around for the comments. If not, totally understand why you wouldn't. Especially if you guys didn't leave a comment yourself. But if you guys do want me to go over your comments, just leave it down in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to go over it in the next video. And if you don't make it in the next recording, I'll most likely push it into the next video. So with that being said, starting off with the comments, let me load it up from the last video. First batch of comments we'll be going over is going to be from Rick. It's 2 comments from Rick. And the first one says, not in my house, driving and helping my family pick up some boxes. We'll watch the video later. Fair enough. Fair enough. And the last one says, one for the first time, Group B finals. Finally, progress. Well, at least congrats first. First things first, congrats. Second thing is, at least you know you'll be able to, I guess, yeah, be able to handle Group B, which should be. But other than that, thank you, Rick, for the comments. Appreciate it as always. Next batch of comments will be from Nova. And it says, next banner announced. And yeah, crown looks great, but paired with the Uma I don't really care about, really does suck. Guess I'll just hold off on pulling now until future paid banners come up where I can get a better chance of getting her. To date, only the Christmas Palmer and Bright banner really was worth it, in my opinion. That is the first comment from Nova. I actually feel like I saw a comment from the last video. But I don't know. Let me just take a quick look before I continue on with comments from Nova. Yeah, so there are 2 comments that didn't make it in yesterday's video. I'll go over them towards the end, because I already got started with these comments. So next comment from next comment from Nova. I guess the meta in JP has a lot of back runners now. In the beginning, all runners seem to be the norm. Yeah, a lot of betweeners and chasers have been getting released. recently or lately within the year. But still, there's still a good amount of leaders, whether it was from the beginning of the game till now. Leaders is still the popular position, and runners or escape has kind of taken a step back, or maybe a couple steps back, at least from what I'm noticing. Half Annie is more important, and yeah, long distance is not that important because it's a League of Heroes. They might be when we get long CM in the future. Yeah, I mean, the fact is, in my opinion, getting a long distance focus card, to me personally, kind of seems not worth it. Only because throughout the year, I think we only get one long distance CM, if not two at most, I think. I'm not too sure, I don't remember. And then probably the same with the League of Heroes, or if anything, just once. So to me, it doesn't seem worth. If it's a long distance card, I'd rather just wait up for a general or I guess, position focused one, if anything. So I do agree. I do agree. And long distance in general when it comes to, I guess, support cards. Next comment says, Woot, that Chronos was strong. Yep. Congrats on winning first in Group B. Thank you. But yeah, good finish for the CM. Now the League of Heroes prep will be interesting. It will. It will. I have done pretty much a good amount of training, I would assume, in the past day or two. And I'm basically just trying to get, like, I guess, parents established for, like, the long distance in general. But for the Umas I want to use, so pretty much has been rotating rotating the Umas I train, just so I can, see if I can get a better parent the next time around. But what's tomorrow's video? Who will I train in tomorrow's video? Probably Kita, just to, start off again with Kita. Or technically we started with Sakura Laurel, but it's Kita. So that the anime collab, so I'll probably do that tomorrow. But I don't know, because I don't think I have parents ready for long distance, because the last time I trained for long distance, I believe, was for the last scenario, so they are still stuck like in the UD, maybe. One of them was the Orfer, which was a UC. So I wouldn't mind kind of just upgrading the parents just so I don't have to worry about it until the next scenario, I guess, if they decide to do a long distance in the next scenario, which maybe, because I believe it is, I think they do the Audimo one, I'm not sure, for the December, I want to say CM, but I don't want to say it now because it's still a couple months ahead. Picking skills before the end of the Uma run. Ew. Yeah, but it was the only way. It was the only way that I could beat Narita Taishin for some odd reason. For some odd reason. Then Rick says, what is this? Global? Hey, do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do to make the run, right? And Nova says, I know, right? Utterly revolting. I'm just gonna bring out Cheval's negativity from time to time, but still, Vivlos was just there to be there. It is what it is. Then you're emo, Shushu, I get it. No? I will admit, what year was that? Sophomore year? Probably a good combination of freshman and sophomore year high school. I kind of had my phase, teenager years, go through different phases. Yeah. No, now it's more like I don't really care. I just don't like, I don't mind upbeat personalities and all that. I just don't like it all the time because I can't. I can't. Moving on, well, Commander Week is just there as a killing time project. It will literally only take you one training and then beat the race. It ain't gonna take long. A bit too troublesome for me in general, get lazy just thinking about it. Well, it is you, so I'm not surprised. Tachyon really shines in a pocket movie though, for me at least. I still have to see it. Glad I didn't raise Arrow Rover. Man, I'm so good at these predictions. I mean, it was pretty obvious that they were gonna do something, because Spectra Rover didn't last long because of Phoebe, but you can still use Spectra Rover for that additional Spectral Frazzle, which works out. Arrow Rover worked out as well because it gave that extra Arrow Erosion. And Slight Heal just like Spectral Rover did. So for me personally, it just was better with flexibility wise, and I didn't mind building Rover because I don't mind using Rover. So it's not really a prediction, it's a given that the main character pro tag is gonna get replaced by the eventual character. So it's not really much a prediction, it's more of an obvious thing that should happen. Not to, you know, burst your bubble or anything, but just being honest, it's not really prediction, it's more of a eventual thing that should happen. Mustard talk is good. Well, that kind of disappeared with all the swiping that's happened, so. Well, if Noki was ever wrong about something Uma related, then I fear for the end of the world. Well, we'll see when that day comes. Do you have the Betweener cards, though? I mean, most of the cards I use are generals, so... Tamamo... I mean... Still in Love does have Betweener. Chaser as that's top skill from the top option. Don't know what it's called. Still using Super Creek. General... And then if I have to use, when I use the guts, it'll most likely be Haru. Or if I want to, I guess I could put in or Ferv or something. The only one is the Wise card, which I could just put in the Manhattan Cafe I do have. I have tried it and it has worked, so... Don't really need all Betweener cards if I have general cards. Would it be nice if I had it? Yeah, but I'm fine. I feel like this this comment was more of a Noah flexing that he has cards than most of us. That's what I see this comment as. Auto parent runs while clearing out the event missions. Man, this is the life. I looked over the new support cards, and yeah, Windy end card is probably the power creep for the Manhattan Cafe in a while back, which I'll be using. But hold on, let me see. Take a look real quick. Yeah, if you want the long distance gold skill. I don't know why that took me a while. But for me, I'm using the Manhattan Cafe for the Betweener skill on the top option. I can't think of another long distance card on the top of my head, but Chaser support, geez, Shushu, they really are favoring backlines these days. I mean, literally a year ago, they were favoring just leaders from all like the leader cards we got. So maybe in a year it'll be runners again. Maybe. I was tempted to go for the new paid swimsuit Uma banner because I do have some Umas that I want from the previous swimsuit collection. However, I feared that I would be getting dupes instead. Yet, both paid summons yielded 4 new Umas for me. Dober, McQueen, Marzensky, and Aishin Flash. I'm not sure if this means that these paid banners don't give you dupes or if this is just a lucky mustard situation. In your case, I'm gonna just say lucky mustard situation. So that's what I'm gonna say. A paid lucky mustard because it's paid banner. This is paid lucky mustard version for you. When you go to your free pulls in the half fanny, that'll be the lucky mustard. Well, with that being said, that is pretty much it. All the comments from Nova. Next comment or comments? Comment is gonna be from Eugen. Noise, another first place on Group B. Platinum when? Only time will tell. My Turbo crosses third in the finish line and turns out to be second because the Orferv and Chrono were both on the same team. Hey. Finished third but still getting second. I'll take that. I'd take that. If there was another runner, I feel like Turbo would win, but I'm happy since the Turbo I use is competitive enough even have disadvantages. Well, from what my understanding is, you've still been reaching Group A and doing good in League of Heroes with basically Umas you've used in the past, from what it seems. Unless you've done some training and all that. So either way, still worked out for you. Still worked out for you. But yeah, that's pretty much it from Eugen. Thank you for the comment, Eugen. Appreciate it as always. Next comment is gonna be from Tanoki. Seems like Cygame's trying quite hard to get us a cave for the summer banner. Long specialist in card right before League of Heroes and Summer Cheval Grand with specialized acceleration for long tracks. Kind of reeks of last year's summer banner. I don't remember last year's summer banner. Was it the Aishin Flash? And was it Aishin Flash? I don't even remember. Let me take a look. Let me switch this back to release date. Let's see. Yeah, Aishin Flash and Okotaramai. Dirt and what was Aishin Flash? Medium? Or, yeah, medium, but also Tokyo races. Yep, pretty niche. Which sucks. Which sucks, but it is what it is. They try to get you with it being the summer banner. But once you look at the skills, it's like, well, I could only use them for this and that. So do I want to pull? Same with the cards. Same with the cards. Rick says, I like the skins, but I can only afford one pity or two if I feel like doing one pity next scenario. This is counting free summons and gems that I don't even have yet. I need one pity for anime Aguri and should keep two, but if I'm feeling quirky, maybe just one and have the other pity on next Annie, half Annie for cards and or Uma. Problem is, you may like the costume, but is it worth going for a Uma that's pretty much, I wouldn't say stuck, but if you want the best out of her, stuck with one distance. You know. Noah says, but it's a League of Heroes, so I don't know if you should be sweating that hard. The half anniversary takes priority, though. I agree. And I think betting on anniversary to give you meta Umas and cards can never go wrong. Long distance support is one thing, but Chaser stamina seems to be redundant as we have Air Shakur to begin with. Yep. Tanoki says, true. I'm just balling for League of Heroes as usual. Balling? I don't know what's that supposed to mean for League of Heroes. And the funny thing is, though, Air Shakur is the best general stamina card, but people are already finding no stamina alternative builds to cut her out. For medium, only, not long distance, of course. Either way, a long only in and chaser only stamina, too niche to consider touching as a free-to-play. Yep. And Nova says, not a free-to-play anymore, but I would say niche equals not worth it because I value position cards over distance. Position in general, but since chaser only stamina, don't really need it if, you know, Air Shakur's still there. So I agree. I agree with all that. But thank you, Tanoki, for the comment, and Rick and Nova for replying. And lastly, well, from this video is a comment from it's either not Iori Edits or Notiori Edits. I'm sorry if I said it wrong either way. But for future comments, let me know down in the comment section. What would you like me to call you? Because I'm quite confused on what should I call you with this. But it says, who is your favorite character in Uma Musume? It's on the screen. She is on the screen. Kira-san Black. And thank you, Notiori Edits. I'm just gonna go with that for now, but leave a comment down below if to let me know what I should call you, because I don't want to butcher your name and all of that. For the last two comments, it's gonna go back to the Sakura Laurel video, and this one is from, the first one is from Kazuki. I tried my luck and pull for the selector support card banner, and I got Max Limit Break Almond Eye and LB1 Air Shakur and other 2 SSR cards. It cost me 60k carats. Do you think it is worth it, as the 4.5 anniversary is less than a month from now? It depends. How much do you have left? That's the real question. If you did it because you had saved up a good amount and you still have a good amount after using 60k, then I'll let it slide and say it was worth it, because you ended up with a Max Limit Break Almond Eye, even though by now she's like, what, 8 months old? 6 months old? One of those. But she'll still be good, even, I dare say, longer than what people would assume, because I'm still using the Kita card here and there. But pretty much you did it just for the Max LB Almond Eye. So it's kind of like, that's why I said I'll let it slide and not really thing. But I don't know your carrot situation as of right now. I don't know how many you have left. In general, it's kind of iffy because of the anniversary coming up. So I don't want to. For me, my general thing is, knowing that a anniversary or big celebration events coming up, I kind of like to hold off a little bit more. So unless you have like another 60 laying around, then I think it's okay. I think it's okay, at least. At the very least, it's just okay. Well, thank you, Kazuki, for the comment. And the last one is from, I believe it was from Rashawn. I just have to find it. Yeah, it's right here. I'll probably be training King Halo for a while since I want a good one. Then I'll work on my long horses. The reason why I had to pause, I was like, do you play JP? Or is this for global? I'm a little confused. But thank you, Rashawn, for the comment. Appreciate it as always. I want to see if I missed any more, just in case. Just in case. I do know I will be... Yeah, these are all just global videos left, which I'll be recording literally right after this. So, yeah. That is pretty much it for all the comments. So, thank you, Nova. Let me go back to this video. Thank you, Nova, Rick, Notiori, Tanoki, Eugen, and Rick for the comments. I feel like I said Rick twice, but I'm gonna say once again, thank you, Nova, Rick, Notiori, Tanoki, and Eugen for the comments. And also Rashawn and Kazuki for the comments as well. I didn't make it in the last video, so appreciate it as always, and the continuing support. With that being said, that's pretty much it for this video. So if you guys didn't make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. I guess let me know who you guys are planning to use for the League of Heroes. I know Nova just said Ninja Creek. I'm assuming it's just whoever for the last two, at the very least. For myself, I already mentioned the possibilities. I don't want to go through over them again off the top of my head. But tomorrow's video would most likely be Kita, unless I did say McQueen, right? Summer McQueen. But we'll see whatever I end up doing. So I'll just leave your comments down below, whether if it's Uma related or anything else. As long as it's appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys haven't joined a Discord server, link is down in the description. There's a channel called Circle Request. For those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join, y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join, it'll let me know that you want to join this circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or the Circle Request channel in the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you in the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you once again, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.